they know the position they're in. They're optimistic, cautiously, sort of, maybe. But I think deep down they know they might be in some trouble.
And Coach Harbaugh was where tonight?
He was in Denver, Colorado, watching Dylan McCaffrey, the younger brother of Christian McCaffrey of Stanford. He's a quarterback. He's a commit here at Michigan. He supposedly is still going to be recruiting tomorrow, might be back in the Detroit area late afternoon, is scheduled to be on a teleconference late afternoon if they don't make the playoff to whatever bowl that might be. And right now, the Michigan folks think that will be the Orange Bowl against Florida State if they don't make the playoff.
Gino, appreciate the time always. Bundle up. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. All right, okay. Reese, when it comes to Michigan, I think we're all in agreement that this is a fine football team.
Doubt.
And the losses are by the skinniest of margins, as many have pointed out, on the last play of the game in Iowa City and on the last play of the game in Columbus, right?
Right.
So they're really good. We're talking about penalizing an out-of-conference schedule, and I understand that as well. As harsh as this may sound, I believe there has to be a penalty for losing football games ultimately when we're trying to differentiate, does there not?
I complete agreement. Michigan, probably by the way it played, should be undefeated, but they're not. And at the end of the day, they not only they didn't finish tied for the division as Ohio State didn't lose a tiebreaker. If they lost the division by a game, they won one game outside the state of Michigan all season. They won 2 road games, one against Rutgers, who's terrible, and one against Michigan State, who had a terrible season. Michigan State 3-9. Michigan State played them tough. They played Ohio State tough, better than their record. I understand. But that and Rutgers, their only road wins. There aren't any playoff games at home. So you got to do something on the road. And I agree. They're a terrific team. Probably ought to be undefeated, but they're not. And it's just sort of the way it bounces.
And we agree there completely as well. I mean, it would be an incredibly bitter pill to swallow, given the way the game went in Columbus, given the fact that they had control seemingly of the game, if not for a pick here or there, and then ultimately you lose, and it's a legendary and epic game, but there will be a consequence for the loss. We bring in Chantel Jennings now from Washington. And Chantel, good to have you on again. The mood in Washington, given the victory last night and the way things have broken tonight, leaves folks there believing what?
Well, it's been interesting. I've actually been texting back and forth with a Washington assistant through the Big Ten and ACC title games, and the mood went from confident to still confident, but I'm kind of reading in between the lines. There's definitely a fear right now in the Pac-12 that they could be left out another year based on the fact that their non-conference schedule wasn't that great and the amount of chaos that has happened elsewhere in the country tonight.